Manhunt over.
Stressful and challenging week and a half.
A corrections officer dead and the escaped inmate she helped escape captured. Activism over abortion.
From the first day it was decided until now.
As a vote heads to the Senate floor. And the Panthers trying to pull even.
Throws it out in front, Reinhardt, score!
Before bringing their playoff series back to South Florida. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Nicole Castañeda.
And I'm Anya Joseph. Today's Tuesday, May 10th, 2022.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Tragic end in the search for missing corrections officer. Police say that she killed herself and the dangerous inmate she helped escape is back in custody.
Friends and family members finding out this morning that former Alabama corrections officer Vicky White is dead.
As CNN's Isabel
This has ended
reports,
a very long
for her
and
an escaped inmate came to an end yesterday in Evansville, Indiana.
This has ended a very long and stressful and challenging week and a half.
U.S. Marshals catching up to former corrections officer Vicky White and inmate Casey White Monday. Investigators say they got a tip Sunday. This Ford F-150 was spotted at a car wash in Evansville, Indiana, about 175 miles north of Williamson County, Tennessee, where the pair abandoned their previous car. Surveillance video from the car wash also showing a man who U.S. Marshals believe to be Casey White. Monday, U.S. Marshals, following up on the tip, spotting Vicky White with a wig on, leaving a hotel in Evansville. Police gave chase. Casey White driving this gray Cadillac, Vicky White in the passenger seat. U.S. Marshals striking their car, the Cadillac rolling over into a ditch.
We approached the vehicle to get the two suspects out. We got Casey White out, and he immediately announced that his wife had shot herself in the head and that he didn't do it.
Vicky White died shortly after being hospitalized from what U.S. Marshals believe was a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head.
She betrayed her co-workers. She betrayed the sheriff's office. And knowing her like I did, I don't think she could bear the thought of coming back here and facing us.
Sheriff Rick Singleton says Casey White will be brought back to Alabama, but to a different facility than where he was held previously.
He's not getting out of this jail again.
In Evansville, Indiana, I'm Isabel Rosales.
The Lauderdale County District Attorney says he's still focused on the victims of Cassie White, and he's focused on the family of Connie Ridgway, whom White is accused of murdering. Cassie White is set to stand trial this summer for capital murder.
The battle over abortion rights appears to be heading to the U.S. Senate floor.
Vote in the Senate expected
Schumer
this
has announced he will put a bill to codify Roe v. Wade up for a vote this week.
Vote in the Senate expected this week. Dozens of women in Kansas City protested in support of Roe v. Wade.
Once they take away abortion, they're going to take away birth control. I mean, who knows what comes next? It's a slippery slope.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says he plans to file a motion for a procedural vote Monday, which could see a full Senate vote on the controversial issue Wednesday.
I think Roe v. Wade created a constitutional right that doesn't exist in the written Constitution. It's created division from the first day it was decided until now.
The Women's Health Protection Act, a bill to codify Roe, pushed by Schumer and other Senate Democrats, would need at least 10 Republican votes to overcome a GOP filibuster. Hitting that threshold is unlikely.
If America's people, America's women and men who love them, do not fight, right now we will lose the basic right to make decisions, to have bodily autonomy, and to decide what our futures look like.
13 states have so-called trigger laws which would quickly ban abortion if Roe is overturned. One of those states is Mississippi, and its governor, Tate Reeves, says ending Roe would be a big win for abortion opponents.
We're trying to provide those potential expectant mothers the resources that they need so that they can go to a full term of pregnancy. If they choose to keep that child, then that's a great outcome.
A recent CNN poll found 66% of Americans believe Roe should not struck down completely. Another majority, 59%, would support Congress establishing a nationwide right to abortion.
An investigation this morning in the aftermath of a hotel explosion in Havana, Cuba. The blast Friday caused 35 deaths and left many injured. Cuban officials suspect it was caused by a gas leak at the Saratoga Hotel. Rescue workers are still looking for potential victims underneath the rubble.
Prince Charles opened Parliament this morning on behalf of his 96-year-old mother, Queen Elizabeth, due to her mobility issues. The 73-year-old prince stepped in to read Queen Elizabeth's speech, joined by his son, Prince William, along with his wife, Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall. Officials says the speech promised growing and strengthening of the economy under Prime Minister Boris Johnson's administrations.
Pour an extra cup of coffee for the Marlins fans in your life as the team begins a series out west.
That's still ahead, and so is the story.
It's tied at 2! They get it done with the goalie on the bench, and the comeback Cats have evened Game 4 with 2:04 to go.
The Panthers fool the goalie and score a goal that sends Game 4 into overtime. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Carter?
If a natural disaster shows up at your doorstep, you can't just turn it away. That's why it's important to prepare for emergencies before they show up. Go to ready.gov/plan to find the tools and tips you need. And make a plan today.
You really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Crazy comeback in D.C. last night. The Panthers needing the win to avoid falling behind 3-1 in their playoff series with the Capitals. Last night, the comeback Cats take on ice for Game 4 against the Washington Capitals.
Panthers center Sam Renhart tied the game 2-2 in the final minutes of the game. Then, in overtime, Carter Berhage scored the game winner. The series is now tied to 2 games apiece. Final score: Panthers 3, Capitals 2.
The Marlins hoping for a shot at redemption after losing to the Arizona Diamondbacks last night. The Diamondbacks had a lead early on with the Marlins trailing behind. Although the team was able to tie the game in the 3rd inning, it ultimately wasn't enough to secure the Marlins a win. The Fish will have another shot for victory tonight against Arizona.
The Heat hoping for a rebound tonight after losing 2 straight to Philadelphia. The 76ers took Game 4, the conference semifinals against the Miami Heat Sunday. The game ended 108-116, not only giving the 76ers their win, but also leading to a tie between both teams. Game 5 will be taking place tonight here in the Miami at the FTX Arena, giving the Heat the home court advantage.
Good luck to the Heat tonight. That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Anya Joseph.
And I'm Nicole Castañeda. Get more news at any time at sfmn.fiu.edu.